Hey, what's up, peoples? Is your boy Tony with the BS crew, with my peoples.
Rus R Russell.
And Wizard Eye, what's up?
And today we'll be discussing
NWA.
NWA, the one with Billy Corgan?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
we're not talking about the rap group, guys. Calm down. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the wrestling promotion, right?
Yes.
Yes. Just to make sure, like, oh man, they going to no, we're not going to that genre yet. Calm down, guys. Calm down.
Have anyone you got? Well, I know you, bro, but Tone, have you ever watched the first episode of NWA on YouTube?
No, I didn't watch it yet. No.
I really did.
Specifically, NWA Powerrr.
Okay, fine. NWA Powerrr with how many R's?
3 R's.
3 R's. I remember watching it when it was first premiering.
I remember it, and it felt like I was back in time. Even so, I wasn't born yet when it was first, made.
Yeah. It was really cool, the whole studio setting, and it really did felt different.
I loved it. This was the perfect wrestling show for me. It was like...
It was mostly like promos, and like the matches wasn't like all that, but it was entertaining hearing like the wrestler like show their personality.
The rules for the television championship was 2 minutes, and it felt refreshing for once.
Yeah. Do you remember people like Eli Drake, aka LA Knight?
Yeah.
Remember the whole Eli Drake?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what was his name? Trevor Murdoch was in there. I remember him.
Yeah. And then you got the Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah, so it was like it was cool. And then you got Nick Aldis.
He was awesome.
But it did introduce me to new wrestlers that I didn't really got the chance to see, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Someone like Ricky Stark.
Oh, yeah.
And then Tim Storm.
Oh, I love Tim Storm. I always say he's the perfect Storm.
Remember Joseph?
I love Josephus.
And then and when he was asking for Tim Storm, instead it was James Storm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
And plus his alter ego, the question mark.
That was really good. And wasn't Damian Smith out? I forgot his name, dude. What was it? Aaron Rex?
Aaron Stevens.
Oh, Aaron Steven. Yeah, there you go. They came out and it was like almost the opposite was the Miz and Damian Smith out.
That was be wild.
That was funny.
I love it, man. People say question mark. I love how Stevens had to go and say he is not a mark.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh.
They
What do you
could've-
think, Tony?
Well, I didn't see much of the show NWA, but it sounds pretty good for the first show. But hopefully, you know how the show starts out really good, but it stagnates, and all of a sudden, like nobody watches really. Hopefully, it doesn't do that like AEW did. So.
When it was first, the first episode, it was an instant hit.
Yeah, even The Rock tweeted that, this was really good.
It had 1 million views in YouTube.
Yeah. But sadly, the show went downhill when the pandemic happened.
Oh, yes. And then I didn't watch it after the pandemic. Well, heavily because they weren't doing any shows.
Yeah, so does Sound Monster. He stopped after when they stopped doing shows.
So
But-
this is where LA Knight was first originated from?
Yeah,
No.
he was from TNA.
Yeah,
Then he was in NWA for a while.
Actually, a lot of the rosters in NWA came from TNA. If they migrated from, there to this.
Yeah.
But as I was going to also say, another point of their downfall was the true genius of the NWA. The one that actually made that creative power name.
Yeah.
And that was Dave Lagana.
Yeah, Dave Lagana.
he was like the writer for the French show.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he know his stuff. Like, I remember that interview with Solid Monster, and he sounds like an actual person who a really a genius.
Like, he knows his stuff, yeah.
Like, if you're wondering with Rare BS, why did it have different ending credits, music, and all that? It was inspiration from Dave Lagana.
Yeah, yeah.
With the NWA. How each season it will, give a different ending credit.
Yeah.
Like, he believes in a different era.
Yeah, yeah.
But sadly, he was accused of some stuff, and he had to reassign.
Yeah.
And with that,
Billy Corgan took over.
and I heard it wasn't the same.
Yeah, I know. I heard the show went downhill.
To the point that Nick Aldis left the heart and soul of NWA.
Yeah, yeah. If anyone remember him as Brutus Magnus from TNA.
Yeah. Sadly, really sadly. It had a great start.
It really did have a great start. But, like you said, Tony, it went down, stagnate.
A lot of shows have great starts, like Fight Promotions, this, that. There's a retired, let's say, wrestler / fighter. They try and do their own business. Like, you know what? We can make something just as similar. Maybe not better, but pretty much similar. But it starts out strong. Then later on down the line, whether it's business or not getting the right deals, not getting the right people, it just doesn't really turn out to be that good as you think it is.
Yeah.
A lot of businesses are like that, unfortunately. Like, like WWE, second competitor. AEW is right there. But like you said, Russell, WWE is a big business, big entity, and we didn't realize how big it was. So it had to make a move. And what do you know? They're a class on its own. Everyone's down here. They all look at WWE like it's Mount Everest.
Yeah.
They just can't reach the top. No matter how great of a start they have.
And I can't believe Tony Khan thinks that he could, be like a head, like a head jump.
It's never going to happen. I mean, it could if the mountain itself was corrupting.
No, but it was at one point.
It was at one point, and I really did believe it.
It was stale, too. Like, WWE was very stale for at least a decade, I felt like.
Yeah.
Now it's like, man, WWE really, I gotta give WWE some props. Like, they really finally elevate its new wrestlers like they should have. It's like 10, 15 years ago. Instead of bringing back old-ass Goldberg.
Hey.
Oh, hey, look, let's be real here.
No, his name's Oldberg. Just take out the G.
Goldberg? Oh, so I didn't insult him enough. Oh, my bad. Goldberg, who had like, what, 4 moves, 3 moves? Now he reduced to 2?
Yeah.
He's only do a regular clothesline.
Yeah.
He just do spear, jackhammer, back to spear, and if nothing else goes, you just keep spearing it to the pinfall. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Then Undertaker's, I think, it's been out of his prime since, what, 2008? 2009?
I always saw 2011 when he started becoming part-time.
But after that, the match, you can tell, like, although, I'll give him Undertaker this, though. The one where he does the, I forgot what the movie's called, where he balanced off the ropes, that's still very athletic.
Oh, old school, yeah.
Old school. That's a very athletic move. Like, he's still balanced. Even people in their 20s don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't know what other wrestler does that besides Undertaker.
Me too.
That's a very difficult move, actually.
Mm-hmm.
He makes it look very easy. He can do it right now at age, what? Late 50s?
Maybe.
Late 50s, I'm guessing?
Maybe.
Early 60s, something like that. That's still very impressive. I give him that. He's still got some parts of him that's still pretty decent for his age. But you can tell, like, the bumps, the pacing, it's just not there. But that's...
Yeah. I think because he had 2 knee replacements, so...
Yo, those knees will mess you up, man. Like, I'm 29, and I feel like my knees about to be ACL tear away from, like, my knees are gone.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you because
Left and right.
I'm feeling the same way. My knees are, like, hurting so much.
But yeah, with the NWA, it seems like it was not going to go nowhere because they lost all that momentum. But then, Billy Corgan made a great announcement, and it seems like maybe there was like a light ahead of them, and that was they secure a TV deal.
Yeah, it was a.
They what?
Yeah.
A TV deal. Nani?
Was it like a top 20 network?
Yeah.
CW. Yeah, top 20. That's a good joke. Well, unfortunately, that's not a joke. That's actually fact.
But yeah, they got a TV deal with the CW.
Do you remember when WWE Friday Night SmackDown was on the CW for a while?
Yeah.
I think it was high at first, I remember, but eventually it just became stale.
Yeah.
2008, 2009-ish.
I think it was 2006, 2007. Really?
That's when it started, right? The CW started like 2005.
Yeah.
So it got stale for 1 year.
Oh, you mean the staleness?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The staleness like 2008, 2009-ish.
Oh, no, I think it got stale. I saw you mean like when
SmackDown was around.
Yeah. No, they've been around for longer than that.
But the main point that I wanted to get to is that it seems all bright, like the roller coaster was going high. But you know how roller coaster can be. It was going to have a
fall, right?
Yeah.
Just like my eyebrow. They start off strong, but they retire early.
But they didn't even got up yet. Because now it's not...
The deal's in jeopardy?
So you tell me they have malfunction. The machine is staying at one spot right now, and it can't move up or down.
Yeah!
Actually, that's a good analogy, actually.
Really? I just made that on the spot.
And it's all the promoter fault.
Billy Corgan?
He had no one else to blame but him.
So he did a skit, right? Where, Father Billy Mitchell, right?
Well, Father James Mitchell.
Sorry. You want to...
Yeah, sure. Because, this probably was a huge inspiration from Billy Mitchell. The guy who did all the commercial.
Yeah.
But then was later,
He was also the one that managed Abyss, right? From TNA, right? Is that the same one?
James Mitchell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he had longer hair?
Yeah.
And the mustache was more like...
Yeah.
Longer? Yeah.
Yeah. But still,
he's bald right now, right?
Yeah, he's bald.
I haven't really followed him for a long time.
No play for Mr. Gray.
But it gets me angry when I learn about this. But basically, they did a Halloween party, and it wasn't. They did a Halloween party, right?
Yeah.
And it was Father James Mitchell doing the and I'm just gonna word it this way, sniffing white stuff.
Like Billy Mays? I'm sorry. Basically, he was sniffing coke, and like it was like implying that he was sniffing cocaine.
And as soon as that was over, you could see Tim Storm like
being uncomfortable.
Yeah, like he ain't having it, and it was just so unnecessary too.
I heard that was that blew up in social media.
Yeah, it did, and it got word out to the CW, and
oh man,
reports have it that it was gonna move to the CW app.
You know what's a good analogy? It's like they got the keys to the Maserati in their car, in the garage, and somehow lost the keys in the garage when the garage is locked.
Actually, what's worse was that WWE NXT actually ended up with that spot, so that's worse.
Yeah, because WWE made a statement that they do not want to work with any promotion that they deem competition. So, any hope that the CW is gonna eventually move them to the channel. Nope. WWE do not want to deal with them. And let's not forget that UFC.
Oh yeah, that's my sport right there.
Wouldn't it exist the way it is if it wasn't for WWE greenlit it? The Vince McMahon.
Let's just Vince McMahon was the one that greenlit this.
Yeah.
I remember, if I remember the story correctly, Paul Heyman did not want to greenlit it. Like,
The joint forces UFC.
No, remember like when Spike TV wasn't, WWE wasn't Spike TV?
Oh, that was mid 2000s, late 2000s.
Yeah. So, I remember the network wanted to air UFC right after WWE. That's like, a little.
Yeah, UFC wasn't really as there wasn't that popular back then.
And Vince McMahon was like, sure. He didn't see them as competition. Paul Heyman was like their competition, and then from there, history was made. UFC got the
thing with UFC, they had like the fighters. They had the world class fighters. They just didn't have the personality. Now people argue, what about Tito Ortiz? What about Ken Shamrock? Well, compared to personalities now, they're heads above all those.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor, Israel Adesanya, hell, Sean Strickland's up there right now, Colby Covington. They have more WWE kind of characters now, and some of them are themselves. Back then, they didn't get as much exposure. Even with the problem with T. Ortiz, he was a 500 fighter. I mean, hey, you look at his record, he was good for the first 3 years, and he lost 7 out of 8 fights. I don't care who you are. If you're talking trash, you lose 7 out of 8 fights. Not many people take you seriously, if any. Then you got Ken Shamrock. Although he wasn't much of a trash talker, he had a nice sting in the WWE.
Yeah.
WWF.
And then he'd be like, the face.
Kudos to Ken Shamrock. He actually admitted that WWE was harder because you have to take bumps. Where UFC, he can just he was a more ground guy. He can use his wrestling, hold him on, and just lay and pray for 15 minutes and not take much damage.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they didn't have as much personality back then like they have now. Although Riddler was another one. He came from UFC as well.
The Riddler?
Not the Riddler. Matt Riddler.
Matt Riddle.
I'll call the Riddler. Just making sure. The Riddler. He wasn't like a world champion fighter like the fighters we have today. So we have more fighters that has that WWE personality. Like Jorge Masvidal is one. Actually, he went to AEW. You guys remember Jorge Masvidal?
Mm-hmm.
And actually, he didn't do too bad. Paige Van Zandt. Actually, they have a lot of UFC fighters, especially in AEW because who's that manager's name from American's Top Team? Dave Lambert, is that his name? Dan Lambert.
Yeah, there.
Dan Lambert. He's a big fan of wrestling, so yeah. So they're just more involved now in WWE. Plus, they have more bigger stars. So there's that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we never gonna see the NWA going to the CW.
Ever? Forever?
Well, don't the CW also have WOW, the Women of Wrestling in there? So what about that? I mean, I know you're gonna say, well, WWE may don't want to play ball with something they deem competition.
Yeah.
I know you're gonna say, didn't they have what was it, Evolve? Once aired in the WWE network to compete with AEW.
But you also gotta remember that Evolve is owned by WWE.
Well, it wasn't owned back then.
Well, it had a
partnership.
Yeah.
With NXT. I know wrestlers were crossing over once in a while. Yeah.
And sort of Progress.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, it's really sad because even before it was gonna happen, they already screw up.
That's sad.
Yes, at least with the local broadcast. At least Boogie have that one episode. Then he screw up. And the NWA didn't even get started, and they already screwed up.
Did you give little Boogie some props here? It sounded like you gave some props right there.
You did.
Oh man, you give some props, man. I thought you were like, hold on, man. He's scum or something. You give him a compliment. What's wrong with you, man?
Oh yeah, what's wrong with me?
Put your head back down, man. Just for this one time.
No.
How can you put your head back up? We're just gonna cut that one out, folks. I mean, you're the editor, so you can easily do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he said, yeah, he's just like trash, like Boogie. That's what you meant, right?
Yeah.
Trash, garbage.
But
He's even worse than trash. That'd be a compliment to trash.
yeah.
Strong. But yeah, carry on.
But like what went into Billy Corgan's mind? Why did he said it was a good idea? That it was not even necessary to begin with. It did not add any story. It didn't even enhance anybody. In fact, I think it even made James Mitchell even more worse.
Yeah, so I had no idea.
And I heard that a lot of the talents are so angry at him, and they speaking out about how a terrible boss he is, especially when he's barely around.
Yeah, because he's doing tours with the Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah.
Not to interject, would you rather have Tony Khan or Billy as your boss then?
Might as well. I think he's always there, Tony Khan. Billy Corgan, he's barely there. And when he is there, I heard that he talks down on a lot of people. And then he gives his excuse. He's trying to check your like if you're loyal to him.
Yeah, like if you're like very popular, he will make you do a squash match to see how they react.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Alfonso? Would you rather have Tony Khan or Billy as your boss?
Tony Khan, honestly. I mean, honestly, at least Tony Khan seems more friendlier.
Yeah. That's not really saying much, but yeah.
Well, no, it's saying much. If I want to take advantage of him, I know. I'm just kidding. Nah.
That's not false though, unfortunately.
Nah, I'm just joking. That seemed like the mean that
Yeah.
they may run the asylum, but no. Tony Khan, because I think I might found a more healthier relationship. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it makes me upset. I mean, I'm feeling boil in my head right now.
Yeah, tell them, man. Tell them how upset you are.
But I am upset because I was looking forward to see growth on the NWA.
For shame,
Bro.
I bet if Dave Lagana was there, he probably won't not let that happen.
So you think the NWA is like the biggest disappointment what could have been?
Yeah.
I think Soundmaster said it best. The NWA is the biggest.
What if story?
No, not what if. They played themselves. I think that's the word. Ever.
Is it you F yourself, but you place it? You play yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that big of a drop off, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, and the NWA is not coming back at all. You said, at all.
Well, they're
different network.
They,
ESPN. They can get ESPN now. I'll be bigger.
Well, they're gonna be stuck on the app, which I don't even know if anybody used the app. The CW
It's
app.
gonna be very hard to sell the app. Like you need to really put yourself as a brand first, then the app can come. But to start with an app, it's gonna be hard to really push for your product. What?
I think they'd still be better off just staying on YouTube.
NWA?
Yeah.
I think it's better off than the app. The app is like, I don't know. Like usually with apps is like for apps like NFL, they have an app, but they're already established.
Yeah.
All the sporting events already established, or any TV shows, whatever, established. Is the NWA that established enough that the app can really help? I'm not too sure. I don't think so, right?
I don't know. I'm not too familiar with.
Do they have enough of a fan base? I don't think so either. I think AEW right now has a bigger fan base.
I can tell you this. I do get their feed from on YouTube, and their views is like.
Let me guess before you said 50,000.
How do you know?
That's just the record. That's what I'm thinking. They're not too big. They're not too small. Not too big. But I'm let the guess around that A range.
Like their first season, the one before the pandemic, the one I told you that was really good was
Nick Aldis.
Yeah. that did have like the first episode 1,000,000, and then some of the episodes there were around 500,000 to 100,000. So it wasn't that bad. But now it's like 50,000, maybe 20,000, around that range.
And later on, probably gonna go down to like 10,000. Might hit 4 digits soon. I don't want Madden to hit 4 digits, but like I won't be like the next month hit 4 digits. I think probably within a year or so, some change will hit 4 digits.
Yeah.
If it doesn't generate that much more revenue or anything like that.
It's just stuff like this makes me worry, especially with TNA. Now that they're trying to look to,
Mainstream.
Yeah, they want to get back to, they want to get back being big as they once were. And
you hear that, Kurt Angle? I think it's your cue. Nah, he's too old now.
And news like what the NWA did is now probably going to make it 10 times more harder.
Yeah.
Because back then, wrestling had that lowbrow entertainment aura about them.
Yeah.
WWE tried their hardest.
Which successfully, or some will say somewhat successfully, was able to make them family friendly, get away with that, Jerry Springer like, or attitude like atmosphere. Yeah.
But it probably is never going to go away now because stuff like these, like what AEW does, it's not advertisement friendly.
No, because I think the reason why Fox is not continuing with WWE Friday Night SmackDown is because they said that advertisers don't really want to put their ads on wrestling. So, because they said I think it was the CEO that said this, right?
Mm-hmm.
That said, hey, we're trying to, make it work, but the reason why is it just won't work because we can't get good advertisement from big companies to advertise money heavily. So that's why.
Is it because it's not PJ friendly anymore?
Well, it is PG friendly, but I'm assuming advertisers still believe the old Attitude Era, or Rus R Aggression Era, stuff, like wrestling.
Like I said, they trying to get away with that aura.
Yeah, I know. WWE want to get more advertisers, more people.
More corporate-like.
Yeah. But problem is, other companies still think it's still like the Jerry Springer show, so.
They look at NWA and they think that that's wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see, the NWA is also affecting WWE in some degree. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Hardcore wrestling fans rather have that, though. Just the problem with the advertisements.
Yeah. No, I mean, as a fan, I'd rather have a good show. And no matter, if it's PG, TV 14.
That's what I'm saying.
But I understand why WWE wants more friendly advertiser, because it pays the bills. Sometimes if they want to,
it just takes away creativity, really, though. You gotta really watch what you say, and that's what wrestling fans don't like, really. They don't want I'm not saying be bloody and glory, but they don't want to be too kid friendly. Whereas it's not really a villain; it's an anti-hero. It feels like at times.
Oh yeah, was it also one of the complaints that some people have in NWA was that they focus a little bit too much on the younger star, or that Billy Corgan doesn't want to work with the older stars.
Which to me look kind of understandable.
Yeah, it's understandable because he said he wants to get the younger stars, and before any of the major company does, and then he could just brag, hey, they started off here first.
Yeah.
Almost like developmental.
Yeah.
But the thing is that you need some veterans to help them understand wrestling.
Green on green is dangerous.
Yeah. You need at least somebody who has some knowledge of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's really a shame. It didn't have to be this way. It couldn't have been something special.
I mean, it can still happen. It's just not with CW now.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't think they can recover from this?
I don't know.
I think so. But I really do think Billy Corgan needs to like step down as creative and found someone else.
He's not a promoter. He's a musician, a wrestling fan at best. He was fine. Well, I know Dave Lagana is not a promoter neither, but I mean,
No, but I think being part of creative and being the one that run the business are two separate things in my personal opinion. It's not like Vince McMahon is, running creative. It's Triple H now. I know he's in the ear of Triple H, but like you can still have someone in charge of the story while someone's in charge of business deals.
So you're saying Billy is just a mark?
Yeah.
And another question is, you think the WWE got significantly better because of Triple H so far in his decisions, or you don't think it's that much better?
I can't say since I don't.
I have seen some thumbnails. I never watched any of the videos where.
Yeah, they say Triple H focus more on I think storyline or something.
Well, no, more. I don't know, but more on he's a bad promoter. I've seen that thumbnail once in a while, but I'm assuming they meant like who he chooses to put over compared to other people.
Oh, okay.
Because I did see one video where he was like, this guy was talking about how Triple H, because I think it was what's his name, Rick Boobs.
Yeah.
He's saying that he has some backstage heat with someone, politics. And the guy was speculating that it was Triple H because Triple H seems to care more on indie darlings than actual, like, green, built from the ground up wrestlers.
Yeah.
I'm assuming because they're easier to, like, focus on because they're not as green. And I think Triple H is assuming that he's not as patient with certain people.
I always saw that as well because he loved the indies, and if you took a star from an indie,
well, if you think about it, he made NXT from being like detrimental to a super indie for a while.
Yeah.
Until Vince McMahon blowed it up to be back to detrimental.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm assuming it's because Triple H had favoritism. I think that's the problem. Like if it's someone who's super over, Triple H may not like focus as them as he need to, while the iron is hot. You know what I mean?
So what do you think is his bright spots then?
Well, story, honestly. He's really good with story though.
Yeah, so you think right now WWE has more stories than ever on like this era than anything in the last 10 years?
Yeah, I do think so.
You
Though
think?
I heard from Sauna Monster that sometimes it could be a little bit
Dragged out?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. But he said the pay-per-views are always good. This year, they're all been home runs, the pay-per-views, so.
So I guess even if the story's drawn out, it got people more invested.
Well, if you think about it, the shows are meant to be like commercials for their pay-per-views.
Yeah.
If you don't have a good story to invest in, then why bother watching the pay-per-view,
Yeah.
So before Triple H, you feel like there wasn't enough investment and build up to the actual match?
Yeah, there was a lot of open challenge matches. Because I know John Cena made it popular when he was U.S. champion.
I remember before John Cena, back in TNA, it was Eric Young who started that.
Yeah, the open challenge thing. And Sound Monster was saying this is just lazy because it's just matches happening for no reason. You know what I mean? Like, it was fine at first. John Cena made it work. But after John Cena, everyone was doing it. And then it just became too, like...
It's too stale?
Stale, yeah.
So you think even though it's not the popular decision, would you actually put more promos and less matches on the TV shows?
Yeah, because you get, like, attached to the story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want to see the conclusion.
So you think right now people are more... Well, they should focus on all aspects of wrestling. You think people right now are more focused on the promo skills now? At least on the TV show aspect?
Yeah.
So, if you were a trainer, well, obviously you want to train moves.
Yeah.
But would you make like a little bit more time than before on promo skills? Or at least character developmental stages, I guess?
Yeah, I do think so.
So, do you think acting is needed more now than ever?
Yeah. Because I remember some people, like Wrestling Soup said before, you got a lot of wrestlers that didn't know how to cut promos. They didn't know how to talk on the mic. And that's because I guess WWE didn't focus as much on telling a good story. Just, put the stuff out there and hopefully...
It's like throwing a dart and hoping it lands in the center.
Yeah, something like that.
Although back then, I think the shows are pre-taped too, right? I think they made the show on Tuesday and they put it out on Thursday, so they had more errors. I think right now it's just live, so
yeah, everything's live. Yeah,
if you mess up, I mean, there's no pre-tape or anything about it.
Yeah,
you have to think of something on the fly, which is pretty scary, honestly. Like, some people it's easy for them, but I'm not good public speaking, so I mess up a line. Oh man, I'm just gonna look stupid throughout the whole 10-minute promo. Like, oh boy.
If I remember correctly, back then, if they did messed up, they would redo over within the same show.
So what? Would the fans be like, "Oh, he messed up. It's all good, man. Just keep going."
Yeah.
Oh, it's all good, bro, man. Just go back for your lines, man.
Actually, AEW made a little. Whoever was editing the show, they left out take 28. I think it was like that. Like. Sonic Monster was like, how embarrassing. And he was like, and wait a second, it took 28 tries or 28, different takes for this.
Man, I tell you, that's one patient audience right there. After 2, I'm gonna start booing. That's not because you're a heel, because you're just forgetting your line. Boo! It'd be like, boy, I can only imagine the program. They'd be so pissed. Like, yo, man, this is a 2-hour show. This guy's about to make it 3 hours. If this guy don't hurry up and remember his lines.
Yeah. So I was like, what?
28 times. After 10th time, they'd be like, yo, man, here's the lines right here. They give him the whole script on air, on stage. Look, here's your line. All right, say it this kind of way. There you
Could the NWA just might as well just be developmental? Like, is it just best? They're like WWE got NXT. Can AEW just use NWA as that? Developmental?
But, well, I mean, they got NXT. That's why would they even need that? Well, and I know you mean like scout talents.
No, I meant like, I guess you misunderstood me.
Yeah, I did.
WWE got NXT.
Yeah.
All right, now let's just throw that away. AEW.
Uh-huh.
What do they got?
Oh, they're building their own developmental. They even are making schools, if I'm correct.
Yeah, and I am saying, can NWA just, can be used for something like that?
Billy Corgan did mention that before, by the way. I don't remember what interview he said it in, but he did mention that he would love it for it to be like the starting point for some wrestlers to start. That's why I think that's why people were complaining, by the way, that Billy Corgan wanted to start with the young talents rather than older talents. I think he wanted it to be developmental, but I think Nick Aldis is one of the people that disagree with that vision.
I disagree with that vision as well, because could happen something more.
Yeah.
Like, we don't see wrestling wanted to focus more on story. We got AEW that we all saw they trying to focus on the sporting event.
Yeah, the spot fest they have.
They do a terrible job on that.
All right, I know we're just putting this we're just avoiding this topic a little bit, but I guess we had to talk about the elephant in the room. The biggest controversy.
Giraffe in the room, you mean?
Sure. One of the biggest controversy they have was, and probably the reason why Nick Aldis left, was that Tyrus was heavyweight champion.
I never actually know anything about that. I just only heard Sonic Monster saying, "Oh, he's a terrible champion," and that was it for me. I never know.
I remember the interview he had, not Tyrus, Billy Corgan, saying why he chose Tyrus, because he said he was a nice guy, that his background, impressed him, especially him being like an author for a bunch of books, being in ESPN. Like he knows his stuff. He knows a lot, and he's and he was like he doesn't choose people who is popular. He choose people that he think is deemed worthy. Like if you have a good heart and everything, he will choose that as his world champion.
Yeah.
Though I had to disagree with that though.
That's kind of flawed, though, right?
Yeah.
If you're a good person, doesn't mean you're like the best worker, though.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what.
Yeah.
Because I heard Tyrus move like jelly, like.
Like I don't want to get too political. I won't get political. Don't worry.
I mean, how did he win that championship anyway?
I had no idea. I never saw it, so.
Okay.
But not to get too political. I'm not gonna get political. It's like you want the nicest person to be president. That doesn't mean he's gonna be a good president, though.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's too nice and if people take advantage of him, that ain't no good president.
Tony Khan.
I'm not even about to say me because my name's Tony. I'm like, hold on. I ain't trying to be no president. Oh, no. I'm like, look, man, I'm not trying to be no damn president. I don't know why you put my name out there. Oh. Next time, just say Khan, man. You scared me.
Oh,
Well,
Nick Khan.
If I said Khan, people will think Nick Khan.
What? Okay, Tony. Okay. T-Khan, then.
Ain't Nick Khan the CEO of WWE now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, man, look, man, I know I'm not that great of a person, but man, I ain't trying to be no president. But yeah, it's like that, man. Like, just because you're a nice person doesn't mean you're going to be a leader of the whole country. So.
Yeah, right.
But you're such a nice guy. Can we get free taxes? Yeah. Can we, like a person who says yes to everything, eventually something has to break.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's that too.
Well, still, I don't know. All I know is that I don't know.
Take a deep breath, man. Take a deep breath.
Whatever. My mind's feeling boiled. Like, why did Billy Corgan make all these wrong decisions?
He making Tony Khan like a saint over here.
Yeah, right.
Hold on, saint is too much. It's not breaking stereotype. What's better than saint? He making Tony Khan like a Girl Scout, a Girl Scout.
What?
He making him sound like a nice young. Hold on.
You mean like Scoutmaster, maybe?
No, like those Girl Scouts, which seems real nicely asking for cookies like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like those Girl Scout cookies. That okay, editor, you can do that part. There you go.
Anything else?
Let me see here. Oh, what do you think about? We talking about Melvin in this, podcast. What do you think about Stevie Richards, man, and his breakdowns?
Stevie Richards having breakdowns?
No, it's in his breakdown videos.
Oh, breakdown video. I thought you meant like some kind of meltdown. I was like,
no, he will never. He don't seem like a guy ever have a meltdown ever again.
I'm like, oh no, he's becoming a low-cow?
Nah,
he's a great guy. Well, I can only judge from off, the YouTube and everything.
I met him in real life too. He seemed
Where?
great.
Where?
What was it? Like, I think it was either 2021 and Too Many Games.
Really?
Yeah, I got a
man.
I even have a picture.
I didn't know him really till his breakdown videos. I'm like, yo, this guy's he doesn't have charisma like Melvin. No offense, Steven Richards. That's just my opinion.
Wait. Before I talk about Stevie Richards. No, I am talking about Stevie Richards. Sorry. I met him at Too Many Games. He was a nice guy. We even got pictures together. I did have a nice conversation with the guy. He's like,
talk about anime.
No, video games actually.
Oh, he is a video game guy.
Yeah, I remember his review on the Nintendo Switch, and he was like, if only Madden wasn't a Nintendo Switch, he would literally.
Man, Stevie Richards, you made me more of a fan now. I feel the same way.
He said he was gonna,
Man, it's so bad. Oh, so bad. Carry on.
He was gonna drop the Xbox if it was if only Madden was on Nintendo Switch. He talking about the Joy-Con was very comfortable, and I was like, we had the same opinion. Like, really do. Like, I love the Joy-Con. The only problem I had was the drifting.
The drifting.
But
okay. Did Steve Richards came by himself? He was with himself or with other people?
he was with other people. Supposedly, I remember when it was advertised, the Blue Meanie was supposed to be there, but he was not there. All the times that all 3 days when I was there, he was never
I
there.
didn't realize Too Many Games was that big. I know it was big, but I didn't know it was that big with that like actual wrestlers and like other not A-class like actors or celebrities. No offense.
Now, I would love to see The Rock there.
I'll tell you, if The Rock is there, that line. I'll tell you right now. You think it was crowded before? We'll have to. Oh man, it'll be all the way from there to Albany, New York, if The Rock was there.
Oh yeah, remember we were in New York? You saw The Rock was actually there.
Yeah, I was like, "Yo, Rock, what you doing over here, man?" It turned out to be like a cardboard. I was like, "Yo, Rock, I don't like the way you look at me. Why you look at me?" I like, "Look, man, Rock, I don't want no problems. Better calm down over here before we make a scene." And it turns out, wait a minute. I was like, "Rock, you're not blinking. What's wrong with you?" You trying to have a stare contest over here? I was like, "Yo, you see this guy, man? He think he, because he's celebrity, he can look down on me. Oh no, F that."
That's so silly.
And I spent 3 minutes just talking to myself the whole time.
Oh yeah, but you were about to talk about Stevie Richard breakdown video.
Yeah, it's great. Like I actually learned a lot more. Like what's dangerous. Like he broke down the video of Nia Jax and how that was like almost a tragedy happening because she didn't really grip her arms enough, her hands enough to the ropes, and like it landed on Rip Ripley's chest, and I don't know if Ripley has breast implants. Hey, if you have breast implants, that's none of my business. But it can hurt her silicone, and it can really damage it.
Ooh.
And the things was with the story and psychology, it didn't make sense because what was it? She was trying to rub off like the painting of Rip Ripley's, but she was a face, and Rip Ripley didn't do nothing to antagonize that.
Yeah.
So the story, the psychology went out of wax. His words, it was Jack S. You already know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like horse S, whatever. This is just terrible. And yeah, I really like his breakdown. I don't think he has charisma like Melvin is one of a kind. He can just tell a story. He can just tell about how time he looked at the goldfish. And I'll be so interested by it. He has that kind of like charisma.
Yeah.
Steve Richards is more like analytical, analyst. He has charisma, but not to that extent.
Yeah.
But like, not everyone has that. Honestly, like, us three.
Oh, sorry.
Like, I feel like you two are more better in terms of
analytics,
being info. I'm just better being silly.
Yeah.
Honestly, being more of a character. Like if people ask you to be more of a character, that'd be out of your comfort zone. If people ask me to be analytical, well, to a certain degree, I can be to a certain degree. It depends on the subject.
Yeah.
It'll be out of my comfort zone as well. And we're not like Melvin, like The Rock. We just can't talk and sound really smart about it.
Yeah.
Because every time Melvin talks, man, he sounds so smart, but has charisma. Man, I'm really, man. On the Renee's Dupree podcast, he had Stevie Richards and Melvin. And Stevie Richards was introduced. He introduced himself as the Melvin Huffman's fan club. Me too, Stevie Richards. Me too. I love this guy.
Yeah.
So, and he says Madden sucks too. Oh, I feel the same way. It's hard. Oh, I stopped playing that game 3 years ago just because of the animation. I don't know what you call it in terms where the animation takes over the games instead of the mechanics.
The frame rate?
Is that what it's called? So yeah, I'm not sure if you play wrestling games. I don't play them. Maybe they do that too. They like the animations. There's certain animation you already know is going to happen.
Oh, I know what you mean now. The pre-render animation.
Yeah, there's certain animation that no matter what,
the assets is still the same.
Even the like real life physics denies it. The animation starts and it's not going to end till it ends.
Yeah.
So Madden has a big problem. I don't want to get too off topic, but There's a lot of video games like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean now. Yeah.
Does Mario is like that? I know you two play Mario. I see it on the channel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah. Though I believe Super Mario 64, you could cancel moves or alter it a little bit, but sometimes I don't know how to do that. I seen some people could do that, but I know what you mean. Like once you start the move, it's going to end.
It's not going to end till it ends. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, like you could, like in Mario, you could do a side flip, but then like you could probably cancel that with like a ground pound. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I think once a ground pound, you're not gonna.
Yeah.
You're not gonna alter that.
So overall and everything, even though NWA didn't really, catch on and move in stride, are you feeling better about today's wrestling in general than in the mid 2010s at least?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Both like within the product and the fan base, and well, I know some people still have problems with the fan base, but and like all the broadcasts, all the talks, yeah, I think it's a lot better compared to last time. You know what I mean?
Now, you think for me, I think it really became noticeable that their love for wrestling was grown again. I think it was when the match between Cody Rhodes, Dusty Rhodes, not Goldust, but Dusty Rhodes as his own character.
Yeah.
That match, I really felt like that was a start of something like wrestling started to become relevant again.
Yeah.
Was it? That for me it was. I'm not sure how you two feel about that.
To me, since 2007,
It's because Stone Cold.
Heavily. But yeah, no,
He came back though.
he did, and
But-
it was awesome.
It was awesome, but you can tell damn, Kevin Owens definitely did have to do a lot of selling for that match. I was like, ooh, man, because he didn't wrestle for what? How long? 17 years, 18, almost 20. 20 years. 2003 was his last official match.
19 years.
19 years, and he did all right, but it wasn't like the old Stone Cold. Well, granted enough, he was already messed up before 2003 anyway. He had a whole bunch of injuries.
Yeah.
I want to get off of this subject for a moment. So those of you who try to remember Chris Jericho's age,
53.
yeah, think of it this way, because he was born in 1970. It's not a hard thing to remember his age. 1970. Like every 10 years, that it's 10 years.
I know what you mean. Yeah. Actually, our mom was born 1970.
That was also another reason why I could just
remember.
No, Chris Jericho is in terms of rebuilding himself, I think he's the best ever. In terms of rebuilding his brand every time.
Yeah,
and being successful at it.
Yeah, people keep saying he's the master of reinventing himself. Yeah.
Like whereas Y2J, now he came back with short hair. Then the different things they have at AEW.
Yeah.
And he's promoting new talent.
Do you remember
every time?
Do you remember the list? That was a fun gimmick.
Oh, I love that gimmick.
You know what you made yourself into?
Tyrus!
Yeah, that was funny. And remember the whole scarf when he was always bringing the stupid scarf.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll tell you what. Chris Jericho, that was my favorite entrance of all time. His Y2J entrance when The Rock was there.
Yeah.
Goosebumps. That was my favorite of all time. Honestly. The electricity, the fans. Do the fans know he was there?
I don't know.
I don't know. But it was so perfect, though. That was my favorite entrance.
Yeah.
Ever.
To me, Chris Jericho is the greatest showman in wrestling.
Yeah. He is. So, I mean, yeah, because he knows how to play with the audience. Yeah.
He knows how to get that pop.
Yeah, because I remember when he was in when he came back WWE in 2000, was it 7 or 8?
2007 when he came back the second time after the fall. Yeah.
He was face at first, but then he noticed that his gimmick was selling when he was in that Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania, when he knew his reaction was lukewarm, and he was like, I gotta reinvent myself. I can't, like, if I want to be on top,
Yeah.
I can't have this reaction. And he was fighting so hard with Vince McMahon, explaining his, like, his needs to be a heel. And
You know, not to get too off topic, you think, in my opinion, you know how people, they start off with a big push, but, like, stops immediately and never comes back?
yeah,
In my opinion, I think the Great Khali was probably, like, the biggest one, but Phil, his push went drop immediately.
yeah.
I don't think it was the biggest drop ever, honestly.
His once he was done his feud with Batista,
It was the biggest I've ever. Like, he just became like not a laughing stock, but like a
comedy act. Yeah,
jobber.
They changed his music.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't take him serious no more.
Yeah, because like I think that was like the biggest drop I've ever seen. Went from like was he the biggest yard too? I think it was a football movie.
No, the longest yard.
Longest yard.
Yeah, with Adam Sandler. Yeah,
Yeah. He was like, but after that 1 year, it was like, well, people said he wasn't moving the same. I get that, but it's like, man, he dropped fast. At least Scott Steiner.
actually, I see he had a good 2 years, and then it was just after 2007, it just
Yeah, he would never went to main event. He wasn't even mid card, in my opinion. Not even close. Like his drop, even with Jack Swagger, he still looked intimidating. People take him serious still.
yeah.
Him, when you look at him, people laughed.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
He was dancing with people.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Jack Swagger, I think his problem was when they did that apology video because people were complaining that he was a racist, and then him and Seth Coulter, or should I say Dutch Mantel, had to say, this is entertainment, guys. Don't take this too literal. I think that's what kills Jack Swagger push, because now people is like, okay, we ain't gonna take you serious no more.
No, because, I don't want to say this, but you just don't do that after the story is done. You know?
Yeah.
What do you say, keep kayfabe?
Yeah.
I did on Melvin's video. You know how you like do super chats? I did 2 super chats. I know my cheap ass actually paid money for them to look at a question, and they ignore my questions. What? My question was about kayfabe too. I was like, yo, Melvin, how long did they tell you to keep kayfabe for? Did they want you to keep kayfabe all the time in public? Man, I was dying to hear an answer, but they never got to it because there's so many questions.
Yeah.
I don't keep doing that same question until they answer it. So, because Melvin, I think he says he'll do a live stream every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So look out for that. Man, I'm doing a lot of publicity than Melvin here, but yeah.
Oh yeah, tell me about that with the hair. You said something about when he mentioned like the haircut, like
Yeah, so with the hair, Melvin states that people have long hair for the aesthetics, yes, but the most important part is when there's an opponent down, and there's a moment in the match where Melvin faced Christian, right? Remember when Christian has the long hair?
Yeah.
And there was a video of him choking Melvin. He wasn't choking him, honestly. It's just he barely put any pressure on his neck, but he had his hair down, and he asked, "Are you okay, Melvin? Can you go on?" And Melvin, I don't know what was the code or thumbs up or symbol, but he said he can go on because he had a broken leg.
Yeah.
So they finished out the match, but the hair was a good tool to block out if he's talking to Melvin, because he was choking him.
Yeah.
Lily's not choking him, but he's asking him, "Are you okay? You can go on the match." So yeah, people use long hair for that. So that was a nice nice info I didn't know before, but makes a lot of sense.
Yes. Yeah.
Because a lot of wrestlers have long hair. Hey, it's nothing wrong getting long hair as a guy, folks. A lot of these manly wrestlers back then, look at Triple H got long hair, Edge got long hair, Kane got long hair, Undertaker got, and you want to tell them they're feminine?
Can I say this?
What?
But all the people you mentioned no longer have long hair.
What are you talking about?
Triple H doesn't have it.
There's still something out there. Roman Reigns right now is the big top dog. He's still got long hair.
Oh no, I'm just saying the people you just named.
Yeah, that's 20 years ago, of course. I mean, eventually, unless you nourish it, I feel like Triple H, if he wants to, you think he have long hair, or his hair can't grow like that?
I think it was a mix of both.
I mean, like
I think he said most of the reason why is because he does business meetings, so he doesn't want his hair to be like, giving off wrong vibes and stuff like that. But I think also because, and I know Shawn Michael made that a different excuse because he said he needed to shave his hair because of a movie, but it's obviously because they were balding, so they probably just wanted to.
I'll tell you, they still got good genetics, though. They have long hair to their 40s.
Yeah.
Hey, more power to it. I hope I got long hair till I'm 40s. Hopefully so. From what I've seen from my family, we're not too bad with balding, if at all. So.
Yeah.
But yeah. Hey, guys, you want to know why they have long hair? There's your reason. Yeah. And it's not feminine to have long hair, guys. Come on now. You want to tell Undertaker he's feminine to his face when he got long hair? I don't think so. What about Edge? I don't think so. Triple H? I don't think so either. Come on now.
Yeah, come on now.
Man, that's not breaking stereotypes.
Hey?
Having short hair. What? Get out of here.
Yeah, get out of here.
Oh, you know when you made it, though? Like, if you're, like, famous, when people use your catchphrases all the time.
Yeah.
That's how you know you made it. Like, like Kevin Hart, all right, or something like that. Or you're going to learn today. Or The Rock, don't matter. You get the point. You was gonna say though?
Oh, like Keenan and Kel was Kel. I do. Who? Or like what was I was thinking of?
But to me, the one thing that came to my mind, and to many people, this is what like. Well, like I remember Song Monster saying this is what ruined crowd chant. The what?
Oh,
that got
yeah.
That got annoying real quick though. At least for me. He's like, what? I mean, The Rock did the best one. What you guys would think? What? Just mocking the fans.
Yeah.
I actually like. I know I'm not fans, but it does bring me a smile, even though I don't show it. When people say breaking stereotypes, because I got a lot of catchphrases. Honestly, I don't use some of them anymore.
Yeah.
I know it's used represent for the unknowns. Oh yeah, people use that all the time. Like, and it kind of makes me smile, but I try to make it look like
you're not.
Yeah. But I was like, man, I'm happy like people are using represent for the unknowns, breaking stereotypes, because I really like those two catchphrases. And those two catches aren't sexual, because most of my other catchphrases, I can't say them here. So those are two catchphrases that are the most PJ friendly.
I can't believe my catchphrase is yeah.
No, your catchphrase is, what is it? Something, get out!
No. Get out of here!
No. What was that video? What was it? I don't believe you! Get out!
There you
go. Yeah.
I love when that video, when I try to use an excuse, he's like, look guys, I can explain what happened. I ran through that damn building, but... It was on fire, didn't know, and he shook your head at the exact moment. I thought it was perfect.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, this guy ain't evil at all. This guy's a nice guy, this guy. I have fun doing that, even though they had a lot of views. I was like, oh, well.
Oh, but I want my catchphrase to be R, like a pirate.
That's what your catchphrase was.
That too.
Actually, that is his catchphrase. I didn't notice it. Hey, he said more in the video then.
Yeah.
Yeah, R, like breaking stereotypes. R.
And
it get annoying though, but yeah, I know. But
I sound like Marge Simpson.
Yeah. That. Yeah.
And I didn't even took it from her. It was just naturally me moaning.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you what, it might pop, it might not. Who knows? I think representing for the unknowns. I think that's a good pop in breaking stereotypes.
Yeah.
I find my two. If I was a heel, breaking stereotypes. If I was a face, represent for the unknowns.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Billy, well, I want to say this as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tell him, man. Tell him.
Wrestling wouldn't go as far if it wasn't for the entertainment. If it's just merely a sport like UFC, I don't think it's going much anywhere, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's what made WWE and any wrestling promotion so special. Because it's a mixture of both entertainment and sports. And it's a genius too to have like the matches, like the climax. You tell a story and you resolved it to a match. And when the match determined the outcome of the story. And it feels so right. It could even be like a movie itself. And heck, movies might as well take ideas from wrestling, but without the wrestling. You know?
Yeah.
And it don't have to have like twists and turns. It can be very obvious. Like you can tell from a mile away. Like for example, what's that guy from the LWO? Sergio?
No. Santa Escobar.
Escobar.
Yeah.
Yes, I will call him Escobar.
It's Santos Escobar.
Oh yeah, Santo Escobar. Yeah.
Like you can tell from that segment when we turn heel, everybody knows it. Like they were like kind of fussing. But I tell you, even something obvious, it can still be done just right. You don't have to make it complicated with twists and turns. Even though you already know what's going to happen, like MJF portraying CM Punk, who didn't see that happening?
Yeah.
But it turned out to be just as good, even though you know about it. So you don't have to overthink yourself. Just got to be a good story.
Yeah, I remember Soundmaster said, being predictable does not mean bad.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. Because like you have to create a story somehow, right?
Yeah.
Like, if we're nice all the time, hey, what's up, man? How's it going? And that's the story. That ain't no damn story. We need some conflict.
Yeah.
I need to give him the middle finger or something. Or he would tell me, oh, man, I slept with your mom last night or something. There's a story. There you go. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to put an example. But, yeah, there's a story right there. You got to put something. Like, if there's a story of you walk to the store, and that's it. No one reads that. Something has to happen while you're walking to the store.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Oh yeah, in a couple of months the Super Bowl is coming.
I thought you don't watch football.
I don't. And you know one way that is gonna make me watch football?
What?
What's that?
If there is like this lunatic story or stipulation that comes with
No
it.
hose bar.
Yeah, you know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Okay. So if the can you imagine if the matches for every matches the loser is the consequences is death. So the losing team will have to die.
I'll tell you what, a lot of players suddenly get injured before the start of the game. Oh my goodness!
Like,
the star player has an injury already.
Like imagine the Super Bowl. Whoever lose must die.
Can you imagine like the heart and soul these players would have to do?
I'll tell you what. I forgot what I was about to say, but I'll tell you what, man, you want to find a lot of players. Oh no! I think I had the virus. I can't go on. What? Okay, that's no problem.
Can you imagine if they have a team full of like cyborgs and robots, like can hands
Well, I'll tell you what. You'll never see this happen, but it'll be the first time you see this. White flag, we surrender.
Yeah.
We don't want no problems with you.
But then they will, if they forfeit, they die.
They'll have to they'll make a lot of deals. That's shady. Look, Cyborg. Look, man. I got family fee. You're a cyborg. Come on, man. You're like half machine. I'm all human. I can feel pain. Unlike you.
He's like, exactly.
I'm like, look, man. Look, man. Remember that one time? I think if that happens, I think they will do exactly what Edge did. Remember when Edge and Lita was together on Big Show, and Edge trying to bribe Lita to the Big Show? That's what they're gonna do with the cyborgs. Look, man. Look, man. I tell you what. You see my wife right there? Look. We have a happy marriage, but if I'm gonna die, you can do whatever you want. I'm not gonna say what you gonna do, but I want to live. Please, please, let us score a touchdown today. Like I'm listening. I'm like, yeah. Hey, if you want some fun, you know what to do. Man, you're going to make a lot of players fake injuries now, man. Like, oh, my knees. What are you talking about? You were running just fine. Shut up, man. They don't have to know that. Ow, my eye. What are you talking about? You still got both your eyes. Like, shut up, man. What you doing?
It's our crazy imagination.
You know what people say in the comments? You're watching too much damn anime, man. Try and put some, what's it, world destruction kind of feel like if you lose the game, you lose your soul.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, sure. All right. Any final thoughts?
Yeah. Remember, guys, stay beautiful and also be
You mean stay ugly?
yeah, and stay ugly. No, but seriously, hopefully, the NWA could jump back to his feet.
Me, Billy Corgan needs to step down and needs to actually find people who knows how to run a wrestling show.
I thought you were gonna say find a restaurant. I'm like, I think he can do that easily. Oh, a wrestling show. There we go. Yeah. And for me, yeah, just like he said, stay ugly, guys.
Alright, if you have any questions about the show or characters, or if you want to share your thoughts about wrestling, you can email at realpressesending@yahoo.com. Also, check out the Twitter handle at We're Presenting. And with that, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy your day.
Bye.
Take it easy, guys.
Alright.